Okay, so first of all, I'm still getting over being sick. And you might hear my bathtub like draining. We have like this overfill drain thing, and it's just like taking a bunch of water out of there. I can't really do anything about it. It'll stop eventually, but I wasn't gonna wait for it to stop for this video. If you follow me on Twitter or Instagram, you have seen me tweet about this. But just this past weekend, I ended up going to the beach with almost all of my friends, like all my friend group, right? And we went to Ventura Beach, and I was the only one out of my friends to really go in the water, and it was pretty cold, but it wasn't like, oh my god, I'm going to die cold. Like, I stepped in, and my feet immediately were like stinging, but then they went numb, so I was like, it's fine, you know, I don't feel it anymore. And so very like gradually I kind of like walked and waded deeper into the ocean, and eventually I like dove into a wave, and I was chilling, like it was a good time, you know, I haven't been swimming in a long time. And like I swam around and stuff, and then I got out because my friends and I were gonna go like get some food. So we were like packing up and stuff, and I started to feel like really out of it. Like I felt both like I was like in a dream, and like everybody was like miles away. My ears were plugged, so I couldn't hear anybody very well, and I was just very like kind of confused, but in a way that I like didn't care. I was like, oh whatever, I'm just in the back seat right now, like, you know, I'm on autopilot. And I wasn't really freaked out too much. I was just like, oh, this is weird, but whatever, like I don't care. And so we're kind of like leaving, and I'm realizing that like it's really hard to control my body and like move the right way. Like it was really hard to like walk and not fall over, and my body was just like numb, and I was so spaced out. I just thought I was like disassociating super hard. And it lasted for a while. Like we got in the car, we walked back to the car, and I sat in the front seat, and my friend had the air conditioning on, and I could start to feel it on my hand. Like I could start to feel my hand get really cold and tingly, but I didn't like, overall it was still really numb and like just sitting there just like doing nothing basically. And then we got to the food place, and I was still really out of it, and I ate, and I was still really out of it. And I told one of my friends, I was like, I'm really spaced out right now, like I just need you to like walk with me because I'm just really spaced out. And we were like, we dropped everybody off and like hung out at my one friend's house for a while, and I wasn't as spaced out, but still a little bit. And I had put on a hoodie and stuff, like I put my dress back on over my swimsuit and put a hoodie on, and that hoodie was so warm, dude, like it was the best. And we hung out there for a while, and then we went home. And then yesterday I had watched this YouTube video about this model who like had to be hospitalized because of a shoot, and I was like, oh, like what she's describing sounds a lot like how I felt yesterday. And so I did some Googling, and it turns out I think I was in like stage 2 of hypothermia, because my whole body was numb. I was really apathetic. I was really like disoriented and kind of confused and just generally spaced out, and I wasn't shivering anymore. Like I was just like, whatever, I'm chilling. And then gradually, as I started to like feel less spaced out, I began like shivering again. And then I like put on the hoodie and warmed back up. And I'm thinking about it, I'm like, oh, you know, that makes a lot more sense than just like spacing out super hard. So like story time, I went to the beach and got hypothermia, not clickbait. But yeah, isn't that really something? Like, I'm very good with temperature. Like, super cold and super hot don't really faze me. Well, like, I don't like being hot. I prefer winter over summer. But nonetheless, like, I deal fairly well with temperature. Like, I'm pretty chilling, and even though the ocean was cold, it was a cold that I could tolerate. But, apparently I couldn't tolerate it as well as I thought. So that's my bath time story time on how, I think I may have started getting hypothermia. That's pretty cool. At least I didn't die or pass out, because yeah, that's another thing. I kept feeling like I was gonna like pass out, or almost like I was gonna throw up, and it would like fade away, and I'd just be like, oh, I'm just super spaced out. Yeah, that's the best answer I could come up with for that whole thing. It was quite the experience, let me tell you. I came home, I was exhausted. I ended up staying up really late because I was letting my parents borrow my computer. I was waiting for them to give it back. Like, I literally like laid my head on the pillow and fell asleep within like 3 minutes, no joke. I was dead tired. But it was a fun beach day. I liked seeing all my friends, that was very nice. So, now you know. Went to the beach, started getting hypothermia, but I'm fine now. So that's good. Okay, cool. I'm gonna head out now. Okay? Great. Thanks. Bye.